I am so sick and tired of Gaijin being lazy. So, as the title already suggests, and you clicked on this video because of one of two reasons. You play War Thunder, or you have no idea what I'm talking about. And more than likely the chance you play War Thunder. Alright, new Battle Pass vehicles just dropped. SB2C Helldiver, right? I think that's what it's called. Yeah, so the SB2C-5 Helldiver is being added as a Battle Pass vehicle, along with the M46 Patton for France. Well, Japan gets the Helldiver, and the patent goes to France. Now, the reason I'm really annoyed with this is for the past, I want to say, ever since the BV-155, I think it is, the high altitude interceptor that was actually really good, it has been nothing but shameless copy and paste through the whole game. And a lot of it is really just bad. Like, it's just, oh, we made a new import vehicle from this one nation that's already in game and added it to, like, Japan or Italy or France. And these are just sourced straight out of America. The M46 Patton, a very good tank at its tier, gets APHC and Heat FS. Very good both, of mind you. With a 90mm gun, if I'm correct. Yeah, it's a 90mm gun. So, you know, it's a very good gun. It's a very good tank. I'm not trashing the tank, or I'm not trashing the vehicles here. I'm trashing the devs for being so damn lazy. For devs who say they care about the game, who want to develop the game, who gave out a roadmap because the entire fan base protested, ready to review bomb the fuck out of the game, only to do this shit. This is fucking lazy. Event vehicles, Battle Pass vehicles are meant to make you want to buy the Battle Pass. The last 4 vehicles have been utter dog shit. Like, I think the Boxers were the Boxers part of the Battle Pass shit. I don't remember. The Boxers, all those event Boxers were cool because Boxers are actually very good vehicles, very interesting IFVs that otherwise you wouldn't really expect them to actually have the potency in terms of matches that they otherwise would have. As compared to everything else, it's just been bad vehicles and bad planes and boats. Who plays boats? And if you say you, or if you say me, I play boats. No, you don't. Gone. I would very much be purchasing Battle Pass vehicles if they're very interesting vehicles. Make the Battle Pass meant to be something that you have very experimental tanks. And I've been saying this for the longest time. The couple vehicles I would recommend is the M1 Thumper, a 145mm smoothbore gun that was designed on a very, very modified Abrams. The whole point of this was to have our equivalent to the 292 and the Object 292 and the German project that was the Leopard that had a 155mm smoothbore cannon as well. Those would be awesome as dual event vehicles. That would be awesome. Or you could make that its own thing, but I don't really think that deserves a whole update for it. Like just an event or like Battle Pass vehicles where it's just big tanks, experimental body tanks to see, hey, is 155mm as beneficial as it really is? Yeah, some people yes, some people no. It just depends how you look at it. 292 was viewed as a success because we had a tank that was small, fast, and could penetrate any tank it ever came across, even in today's standards. That cannon is horrifying. You know, those would be cool vehicles. And I've also said Old 666 as a premium, not necessarily a Battle Pass event, but I wouldn't mind if it was a Battle Pass vehicle. Old 666 is a B-17E, I believe, that was stripped of anything that was unnecessary, made as light as possible, given a fuck ton of machine guns, and it was the fastest B-17 there ever was in World War II. Very cool story, but that's besides the point. If you guys want to know more about that, just go search up Old 666, and there's this one video from Val Electrician that I personally love that describes the whole story of Old 666. But, you know, like, there's a couple vehicles, and how about notoriety in vehicles? That would also be pretty cool because certain ace pilots, especially in World War II, did do modifications to their plane in order for them to be a slightly better performing. Not all of those notoriety style premiums in the game do have that effect. They're more so just for the sake of the look and the different logos and all that come on your tank. But experimental aircraft, experimental tanks, and I'd even be fine with experimental boats, just not boats, regular ass boats. Fucking, like, there's really no reason, minus like maybe some of the decals and some of the rewards that you'd get from the Battle Pass. But even then, the way I look at it is the money you'd spend on the Battle Pass, if the Battle Pass really isn't worth it, you could just spend that on a premium account. And I, for one, never really just cared for the battle pass vehicles at all. Like I mentioned, the last one that I really liked was the BV-155 and I think the Boxers, because the BV-155 was insane when it came out. I was around that tier when it came out too, and I think I was playing my P-51D5 when it first dropped. And that thing was scary because it's a high altitude interceptor though with high mobility and very powerful guns and very good low speed maneuverability at high altitude, which is really, really, really weird. So fighting that thing was like, yo, that thing is scary. In this case, we have a Helldiver and M46 Patton, you know? It's just like, oh, a dive bombing vehicle that, like, you know, nobody really uses. That's all right for Kaz. And another Patton. It's just, I don't know, guys, it's so lazy. It's so lazy. Like, I'm impressed. It's like, there's no, you know, I would imagine you'd want a battle pass to sell since it's a form of revenue for the game. Yet you make them so bad every time. There's like, it's without fail too. I don't know. It's just every time it's always a letdown. I haven't really, nor do I think Gaijin's gonna do anything about it. Just because, I mean, hey, there's gonna be that amount of people who are like, oh, I like playing this country, but I really don't want to have to play a whole other tree for a specific kind of vehicle. So why not? I'll just get the battle pass and have two types of American vehicles. Like Japanese players, I've heard the grind is awful for air and or ground. So having a air Kaz vehicle, that would be really nice for ground matches. I imagine it'd be pretty nice to have. And then for the French, having a Patton is a very big deal because the French at around the tier, I think the Patton is 7.0 or 7.7. 7.7 or 7.0 is where France starts to get really strong, but there's also still some lacking areas. So having a Patton in that tier is very good, like scary good. A very powerful APHC on a 90mm gun and a very powerful Heat FS. I think it's a Heat FS. I don't think it's a full caliber Heat. Having a Heat FS at that tier with an American medium armor tank is very good. So for the French, I definitely see that vehicle being a bonus, especially if you're not necessarily used to the playstyle that tier is going to give you, but still getting the swing of it and having an American tank, which is they're very easy to pick up. They're very easy to use. And, you know, the wiggle method is fucking great for American tanks. It's just a good tank to have for the French. So I can understand there is the group of people who are like, yo, okay, I could really use that right now. But there's the whole vast majority of everybody else who's just like, yo, give us something interesting. Don't just give us shit we already have. Like, you are quite literally paying for a vehicle you can get for free and technically would have better support in a lineup otherwise than in your tech tree. Like, the M46 Patton has a very good support lineup. Like, I like using my T92, which is the little guy that shoots a fucking APDS round or a heat round. Either way, that shit hits hard. 76mm or 75mm of heat or whatever it is. It's a very good gun. But yeah, no, it's just a very shameless that Gaijin goes this route. Whatever, I'm still going to be playing it. Feed the snail, I guess. But that's about it. Thanks for watching. Deuces.